Hi everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Black Flag, continuing our Devil of the Caribbean guide and fighting some more legendary ships today. Today we are doing the upper right one over here by the Florida Straits. So this one is going to be actually two ships. You have the Royal Sovereign as well as its twin, or its shadow, more like it, the HMS Fearless. So for me, this was actually the hardest fight. I had a lot more trouble with this one than the last one for some reason, but essentially these two ships are actually the weakest of all the ships. However, you have to fight two of them, and they're actually pretty tough. So with these ships, their main strategy is to get you in between them and just pelt you with broadside cannon fire. So my best advice is to try to stay on their exterior side, so don't get caught between them, or else you'll get pelted with fire. Another bit of advice is don't take out one and then work on the other. The reason for that is whenever you kill one of these ships, the second one becomes very, very aggressive and will just get behind you and start ramming you like crazy. And that's where most of our deaths came from in this run. But I highly recommend using the upgraded ram. I was probably stuck on this for a good couple of hours before I maxed out the ram strength of my ship, and having that thing is just amazing because a clean ram hit will knock off about a fifth of one of these ships' health bars, which is just probably the best weapon you can use against these. So that's my best advice. Other than that, try to keep distance between the ships. Obviously, don't get stuck between them, and attack one at a time, and then whatever one gets closest to you is the one you want to pay attention to. But keep an eye on their health bars. And obviously just try to stay back and try to do your best to damage these. This is a pretty traditional fight, just as long as you keep those few rules in mind. Don't get caught between them, and don't kill one too early while the other one has a significant health bar. So as you can see right here, I'm weakening the black ship right here to, about a sliver of health, and as soon as it's weak enough, I'm going to turn my attention on to the white ship and then try to bring its health bar down so I have a fighting chance once the first ship goes down. But occasionally what will happen is the ships will start to run away from you. The reason for that is they're trying to get their formation back together so they can try to funnel you. In that case, you want to kind of use the mortars to chip them out. It doesn't do too much damage, but any damage is good. And try to use your brace a lot, especially when you get stuck between them, or if you're going up to ram them and they're just pelting you with broadside cannon fire. Just hit the X button to duck down, and you should be good. Try to use your sideways shot, and maybe that'll open up some weak spots. Use your swivel cannon to hit the weak points, and you should be good. But other than that, it's a pretty traditional fight, once again, just because there's nothing too special about these guys. There's no hidden weak spots. There's no fighting strategy. It's just two really tough ships that you have to deal with. But anyways, as you can see right here, I'm completely taking my attention off of the HMS Fearless and now trying to weaken the Royal Sovereign so their healths are more even. Because once again, once you take one of these guys out, the second ship just becomes overly aggressive, and it becomes practically impossible to hit because it just stays behind you and just rams you to death, and the only thing you can do is throw fire barrels at it. But as you can see here, we're going to hit it with a mortar. Some weak spots open up, and we're going to pick that off. Weak spots are a pretty good way to chip the health down. As you can see, mortars don't really help out too much. Just use the ram and sideways shot, and hopefully that should open up. It's going to ram us right here, so we're going to brace down to lower some of the damage. And once you get both of them to a red spot, you can start trying to eliminate one. So this is a pretty dangerous spot when you're side to side with the ship. You have a clear shot at him, but he has a clear shot at you, obviously. So my best advice is get your shots off, and as they're recharging, you want to just hold the X button and brace. And as you can see, when both of them are weak, you can just take them out fairly easily after killing both of them. None of them get aggressive, and that's how you do it. And that's it for this part.